Dear friends, today's heart-touching incident will refresh your faith. To hear this strange story about an Allah-wielding Jaffa and a horse that recites Darood Pak, watch the video till the end. Only then you will understand completely. You will understand the story. Friends, it is said that there was a very beautiful town where nature had given immense blessings to the people there. There was no shortage of anything for the people there. They had wealth. The biggest and worst thing was that all the people there were Hindus who were very proud of their fame and wealth. The number of Muslims there was very low. There were only a few. There was a leader of the Hindus who had a daughter. The Pandit loved his daughter very much. His daughter was very proud and cruel. She did not consider humans as human beings. She was very proud of herself, and she used to cheat that the poor people there were only Muslims. Hindus lived with each other with great love and affection and used to help each other. But there was no one to ask for the Muslims here. The Hindu girl made the Muslims her slaves. Muslims were very fed up with this girl and used to seek help from the caste of Allah Ta'ala. This Hindu girl was very fond of horse riding. She kept horses in her stable. One of the horses was very beautiful and uncontrollable. It could not be controlled by anyone, and whoever sat on it would make it fall. But this Hindu girl's heart was set on this horse because she was also stubborn. While trying to ride on it, she had fallen on the ground many times, and she was very angry as none of her men could control the horse. Now this Hindu girl announced in the entire village that whoever controls the horse, I will give you the rewards from this. There used to be an old lady of Akramul who sent Darood Pak to the family of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam all the time. She used to recite Darood Pak while getting up, sitting and walking, even when she used to recite Quran Pak. The animals at their feet would sit around it and listen to the recitation of the old lady with great enthusiasm. There was no one else except her. Her husband had passed away long ago, and she had no children. Once, some men of this Hindu girl were passing by the old lady's house, and they saw the old lady reciting Darood Pak. When he saw the vultures and other animals roaming around, he started thinking that this old woman could surely control our mistress's horse too. The man quickly came to the Hindu girl, and after narrating the incident, the Hindu girl, forgetting her horse, became very angry after listening to the old lady's words about Darood Pak, and started thinking that this old lady was so needy that while living in my area, she takes the name of her lord and sends Darood on her prophet. She doesn't do this well at all. Now she will have to be taught a lesson. This Hindu girl told her men to catch this old woman and bring her to me immediately. The men did the same thing and went to the old lady and said, "Oh, old lady, our mistress is calling you." The old lady got scared and said, "What can a poor girl like me do for your mistress?" Then the men said, "This is not for us. You will find out only after going there." The old poor woman quickly got up and went to this proud and arrogant Hindu girl. The Hindu girl looked at the old woman with very proud eyes. She could say, "Why do you read Darood Pak?" She had firmly decided in her heart that only this galloping horse of mine could teach a lesson to this old lady. The Hindu girl said to the old lady, "Oh, old lady, you will have to take care of my horse and its fodder and water. Arrangements will have to be made. In return, I will give you a good amount of money. And if you refuse this, I will tell my men to get you taken both." The poor old woman got upset and said, "Daughter, everything is fine. Anyway, I have no one in this world and I have nothing else except a small hut and I live in it. But from today onwards, daughter, I will take care of your horse. I will protect it and will also make arrangements for its fodder and water." The Hindu girl said, "Then what are you waiting for? You start your work from today itself, and if you do not control this horse, then remember what I can do with you." The old lady kept her eyes down and silently heard all this and got up from there, because this God-loving old lady had so much faith and belief in Darood Pak that she knew that even the biggest of difficulties was a small thing ahead of her. The old lady stood behind the slowly moving horses. She went to the stable and started looking at this uncontrollable horse with loving eyes. That horse was not going to come under anyone's control, but looking at the old lady, I don't know why the head was bowed down. The old lady patted the horse's back, loved it, and started giving it fodder. As usual, as was the old lady's habit, she used to read Darude Pak along with her. For some days the horse did not understand, but as soon as the old lady started feeding the horse one day, she sat near him and said to the horse, "Oh my dear horse, do you know how much I will save us by sending blessings on the people of our beloved master, the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? The reward is, oh my dear horse, that you will send blessings on our dear master Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Should I teach you to read Darude Pak?" The horse was standing with his eyes down, and when the old lady started reciting Darude Pak, the horse along with her was dancing as if he was listening to it, and was trying to read Darude Pak. Is there any support behind this old lady from Allah? Neither did she have any children. She had children. She treated the horse like her own child, and started treating it well from the beginning. Ever since the old lady started taking care of this horse, the horse was not turning its head like before. Whenever the name of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was mentioned in Azan, the old lady would recite the Darude Pak, and the horse would follow her, and would also recite the Darude Pak and respond to the Azan. The old woman would feel as if the horse was also giving a call to the horse. This old woman and the horse had become very close to each other. When the Hindu girl saw the whole incident that this old woman had controlled the horse, she started wondering whether or not she knew what magic she had done on my horse. Now I couldn't turn my head, and even when I sat for riding, he bows his head from the front. After all, what magic has this old lady done on my horse, that is, that Hindu girl? Instead of being thankful to the old lady, on the contrary, she started doubting it and started blaming her. Meanwhile, when the old lady fed the horse, she would sit near it and talk to it for hours, and it seemed as if the horse understood everything. Of course, hearing this, Subhanallah would say that as the old lady recited Darude Pak, the horse would repeat Darude Pak after him. That is, if he was there, then a dumb animal cannot speak. He was just moving his lips and dancing, and the onlookers would understand that this horse was repeating Darude Pak along with the old lady. Now this Hindu girl had another servant, that too. She used to take care of other horses, so she became very jealous. She started getting jealous of this old lady, and whenever the old lady used to recite Darude Pak, the sound of Darude Pak would come into her ears. So she got very angry and started thinking in her heart that my mistress had given her a very big position. She had controlled an uncontrollable horse, and by controlling it, she would be considered the highest among all the employees, and then the respect would also increase in the eyes of the mistress. Why don't I do something like this? I will clean the leaves of this old lady, and I will also take care of this horse myself. Now she has made a firm decision in her heart that I will take care of her. I will make a false complaint about this old lady to the mistress, and I will do it very discreetly, so that this old lady does not know anything. Here the old lady was feeding the horse and was also reciting Darude Pak, so this would be a good opportunity for this lady. She went running to the Hindu mistress and started saying that mistress had become amazing. The Hindu girl asked, "What is the matter? Quickly tell me what is the matter." She started saying, "Mistress, this is your horse, isn't it? I love this horse more than life, which is uncontrollable. I am not feeling well about this horse today." The Hindu girl said, "Okay, then why didn't I know about this?" The woman said, "How could I have known that you, the old lady, took care of the horse?" The Hindu girl said that I have been noticing for the past few days that the horse is neither walking nor turning its head like before. You have become very silent. Do this quickly for me. Take her to this old lady. When the Hindu girl reached this old lady, what she saw was that she was feeding fodder to the horse, and along with her, she was chanting Darude Pak, and the horse was also dancing and moving its lips along with her, and the Hindu girl was reciting Darude Pak. What kind of old woman was she torturing? And the horse? He was jumping and whining. He was desperate for someone to untie his rope. Now the wrath of Allah was about to be unleashed on this Hindu girl. She had already trapped the old lady outside, but due to Allah's permission, there was no harm to the old lady due to the order. Then the horse raised its legs. That is, it was praying for something and was also crying. Whereas the old lady was crying and praying to Allah that may Allah send a noble person here. Whoever puts this woman on the path of guidance, this Pandit's daughter has made the life of Muslims forbidden. O Allah, send someone as my Messiah. I have neither wealth nor power. I am helpless. I am helpless. But my master, you are not helpless. You can do everything. Then one day a miracle of Allah happened. An old man with God came to this colony, and the arrival of this old man with God did not happen just like that, but a very big accident. It happened that the father of this Hindu girl, who was a Pandit, went out on a walk in the forest riding on his horse, which read Darood Pak, and while walking, he reached a dense forest. The horse thought of this old woman again and again. While thinking this, the horse dropped the father of this Hindu girl in a pit. In the pit, there was a very poisonous animal like a snake which bit the leg of the Hindu Pandit. The condition of the Pandit had become very bad, and the body of the Pandit was, well, he had started turning blue. The other slaves who were with this Pandit also started getting scared after seeing his condition. When they saw this condition of the Pandit, they immediately brought him home with them. This Hindu girl told her father. When she saw him in such a condition, she started to suffer because she loved her father very much, and her father was her only weakness. This Hindu girl called the doctors and physicians of the world, but all of them failed and went back, and here the Hindu Pandit was in pain. He was whining and screaming like a child, and was crying because the poison of this animal was spreading rapidly throughout the Pandit's body. No one would be able to remove this poison from the Pandit's body. Despite having immense wealth and money, he was not able to get himself treated. The Hindu Pandit's daughter was not able to understand anything. She called all the doctors and said that you people should get lost and get out of here right now. Go, you people are of no use here, and now the time has come. Allah Pak accepted the prayers of this crying horse and the poor horse. For this purpose, Allah Pak sent a dervish to this person. When the dervish went and knocked on the door of this Hindu girl, there were big guards standing outside and asked the dervish, "What's the matter? What's the matter? Why have you come?" The old man of God said, "The Hindu girl's father has been bitten by a poisonous animal, and no one is able to cure it." The courtiers were surprised and started asking, "Who told you all this? And anyway, you seem to be a stranger, and we have never seen you before." The elder of Allah started saying, "I am a traveler and wayfarer. I have received the news that the Pandit here has been bitten by a poisonous animal, and no one is able to cure him." The courtier asked, "Who are you? Why are you telling me all this?" When the courtiers saw the condition of Alawala, they started laughing because Alawala was wearing old torn clothes and also looked poor. The courtiers started laughing, making fun of him. The dervish said that if you want to save your master's life, then let me go inside. The employee went inside and said to the Pandit's daughter, "Madam, an old man is standing outside wearing torn old clothes who is claiming that he can cure your father. Can he do it?" The Pandit's daughter was already very upset and wanted her father to be cured by any means. She said, "Hurry up, call this old man inside and bring him." When the old man entered inside, what did he see that the Hindu Pandit was at the door? Yearning. Alawala touched the leg of the Hindu Pandit and gave a strong slap on the face of the Pandit's daughter and quickly went away from there. The Pandit's daughter turned red with anger. And the servants also started wondering who was this needy person who immediately got dizzy after slapping his mistress on the face. The Pandit's daughter told her servants that he had committed a big crime. He will be punished for this. You people spread out in the entire forest and find him at any cost and bring him to me. On the orders of the Hindu girl, all the servants spread out in the entire forest and started searching for the person of Allah. Their eyes were on a man sitting under a tree. The old man was worshipping Allah. They started looking carefully at the Allah man to see what kind of worship he was doing. We people fold our hands in front of our idols, and I don't know to whom he was prostrating. Well, on the orders of the Hindu girl, they picked up the old man of Allah and made him stand in front of this girl, who said to the old man of Allah, "First of all, tell me who you are and how did you dare to slap me on my face?" By insulting Mara and me, what did you think that you would run away and we would not be able to catch you? But whatever happens, if you can cure my father, then I will forgive you, and Ikram will also give you a lot of rewards. I will give you a very beautiful horse which is very precious and dearer to me than life itself. I will give it to you as a reward, and you will also be given expensive clothes. The old man of Allah replied that I should wear expensive clothes and cut the grass for this horse. So will I like it? Then the Pandit's daughter said, "Don't worry, you will also be given servants." The elders of God said, "Okay, so will I stay alone in my hut with so much wealth and a horse?" Hindu girl. She thought for a while and then said, "Don't worry, I am ready to marry you, and then you can stay here too. But the condition is that for this you will have to completely correct my father and give up your religion. And you will have to accept my religion because my special Adam has seen you worshipping. And as far as we are concerned, we worship idols, so I request you to take all this property and wealth and give me your maker-wife and leave your Allah, because I don't like your worship of Allah." The elders of Allah started saying to this Hindu girl, "Well, do your duty, that we are married and have children. Then God forbid, if anything happens to the children. So who will have to cry?" The Hindu girl said, "What are you talking about? If we have children, we too will have to cry." The old man smiled and said, "If I have to cry even after having so much property and wealth and a beautiful wife, then what is the use of your precious wealth and this? Keep the horse with you. If I have to leave my religion and cry for all these blessings, then I will not do it at all. I can even sacrifice my life for my religion. I do not want this world, I want the afterlife and all these blessings, so I will meet her there. That's why I am very happy in my dervish, the purpose for which Allah Ta'ala has sent me here. Only that purpose should be fulfilled, and I don't want anything," said the Pandit's daughter. "What is your purpose?" The old man said an old Muslim woman had been tortured here. That's why I have come here. Having said this, when the old man started going back, the Pandit's daughter called out and said, "I wanted to forgive you and try myself by giving myself. I wanted to try, but you stuck to your words, but my father is crying in front of your eyes. You are in pain, you don't realize it. What kind of a noble person are you that you don't realize the pain of a human being yourself? You say noble, I can get you killed while standing by telling my men." The old man said, "You have tortured the weak people. If you do this, then show me by touching me." Before that Hindu girl comes forward and confronts the people of Allah. In retaliation for the slap, the old man from Allah blew a blow and the girl turned into a mare. Now in this condition, she started writhing and whining and was not able to do anything. All the people present there, they were standing and were afraid. A very special servant of the Hindu girl came forward and fell at the feet of the elder of Allah and said, "Oh, the elder of Allah, please forgive this girl. She has unknowingly become insolent. It is just that in her heart, her father was sad, and she could not see him. Hence she became angry." Now all the people standing here will become Muslims after reciting the Karma. Just you bring this girl back to her real condition. The elders of Allah said, "We will not force anyone. To your deen rather. We want to end the oppression of this girl who tortured this poor old lady and this dumb horse. There is no compulsion in our day. If this girl becomes a human being and reforms and asks for forgiveness from this person of Allah, then we will give her. This servant of the Hindu girl is ready to bring it back to its original condition. He immediately called this old lady, and all the people standing there apologized to this old lady. Then after some time, Allah transformed this mare. He blew on the girl and she came back to her original state. The Hindu girl stood there very embarrassed. She immediately apologized to Allah, and the righteous prisoner of Allah also forgave her. Then Allah's mercy on the father of the Hindu girl. The old lady started reciting the Durud Pak, and her father's leg was completely cured within no time. The poison in the body was completely gone. The Hindu Pandit's daughter was stunned and started thinking that what is the meaning of this Durud Pak has so much power that my father's leg healed instantly. How can something be so powerful? Now the love for Allah and His Prophet awakened in her heart because she had seen the stocking with her own eyes. She said that only then did I wonder why this animal and horse started dancing when the old lady recited Darud Pak, and she started reciting Darud Pak. The Hindu's daughter came forward and said to the old lady, "Please forgive me. I have been very rude to you. I apologize for my atrocities on all those who committed disrespect and atrocities on Muslims, because whenever I saw you, you were always in tattered old clothes. I did not like poor people much, and I also hated people who worshipped. I also got angry because you used my horse in the worship of Allah Pak. So much so that the poison on my father's leg got cured by Darud Pak, and my father's life was also saved." Then that girl became a devotee of Allah. She said to the old man, "O God's old man, today I want to become a Muslim along with my father in front of everyone, and I promise you that in future, no infidel will persecute the Muslims, but everyone will live together as brothers, and everyone will. They will become Muslims like this, with the blessings of Darud Pak, and with the power of Darud Pak." A Pandit and a Hindu girl accepted Islam, and then this Pandit got his daughter married to the man of Allah, and peace is established in this colony. Gone are the people who used to be proud till yesterday. Today they have become packers of goodness. Allah named the Hindu's daughter Maryam because now she had become a Muslim. Then Allah named his wife and father-in-law as the wife of Islam's Taliban. He gave his horse as a gift to this old woman and got a very luxurious house built for her, where the old woman started living her life with her horse. The people of Allah started living happily with their wives. Now the entire population is Muslim. There were only Muslims in this population, and now the mention of Allah started happening. After this, Allah along with his wife and father-in-law also visited the house of Allah, and after going there, it was as if the hearts of both the father and daughter were filled with light. Allah, that is why, dear friends, remember this thing. The person who inculcates the love of Allah and His Messenger in his life and lives his life according to them, the result is always success and respect. The path of goodness is of Allah. Even a yes does not go away. The reward for every good deed remains together. And only those people who are really successful, who have walked on the path of faith and righteousness. May Allah Almighty grant us the ability to do good deeds and avoid sins. Ameen Ya Rabbul Alamin, dear friends. Do not forget to like this video and share it with your friends and family. And do not forget to be a part of our channel by subscribing to our channel. Thank you.